tuned in to your dose of positivity. I am Marlene Motivates, and as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Oh, I forgot to remove the banner. Hold on one second, everybody. Hey, motivators, how are you doing? It's Marlene Motivates, your channel for motivation, inspiration, and positivity. If you're new here, subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. I do motivations Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you are welcome. Welcome to today's live show. We're going to be talking about purpose today. Purposeful living, having a purpose and creating that purpose. So let's talk about all of those things. Hi, Miss Roxanne. How are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Puzzle Pieces. How are you doing? Appreciate you being here as well. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing well. If you could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hold on one second. I forgot to do something. Okay. I think I just fixed it. Okay. It's fixed. Okay. Hey, James, how are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Hope all is well with everybody. How was everybody's week so far? Hope everybody had a great week so far, and we're ready to get into talking about this topic here today. So today's topic is That's Not For Me. I wanted to talk about, purposeful living. For every single person that is in the sound of my voice, whether you are here now live or you on the replay, every single person has a purpose. Even if you don't understand what it is, even if you have not defined what your purpose is, you have a purpose. And certain things that we try to do or we're trying to strive for or go after may not be what you should be doing. Just like the saying goes, that just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. You guys are all talking to each other. Yes, welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. So I want to talk about that today. That's not for me. From the time that we were young, right? 2, 3 years old, we always were trying to look to try to gain friendships or get people to like us. And it doesn't shift when we get older. Every single person wants to be accepted, wants to be received, wants to be liked. But there are certain things that, because of our gifts, because of our intelligence, because of our knowledge, because of what we've worked hard to achieve, certain things is just not meant to be for us. Okay. And it's not that you think that you're better than anybody or any of those things. It's just that some things is just for some people. And because we know our own gifts, we know our potential, we know what we're capable of, certain things is just not meant for us to do, because we're always trying to elevate. to improve, to be better humans, to be better in all of our relationships, and certain things that we may try to look to get ourselves involved with, or certain individuals that we may align ourselves with, is not always good for us. Okay. A lot of people are not good for us, and not because we are better than them, but we're better in our mindset. We're better than allowing ourselves to be used. And I want to start off with that. Um, a lot of us have toxicity all around us, whether you acknowledge it or whether you don't. There's always going to be people who will try to get us, to be down like them, try to get us to go back and forth. They want us to stay in a negative space, or they want to keep you stuck, or they want to use you. And we have to realize our own potential, our own gifts, our own worth, and then go about doing something with that. Do something with your gifts, do something with your talents. And if you have not been told today, you have value. You have value, you have talents, you have worth, you have the potential within yourself. And I want you to think about that for a little while. Have you always felt that way about yourself? Have you always loved yourself and believed in yourself enough? Maybe we could always do a little bit more to seek to improve our own self and to improve the quality of our life. Okay. And it means that we have to gain our confidence. We have to grow in our confidence. We have to grow in what we think about ourselves, what we believe in ourselves. And when life hits us, challenges, difficulties, loss, health issues, it can kind of get us off track, and we can be down for a while. And it's nothing wrong with being down. It's happened to me many, many times in my life. I've hit roadblocks. There's been challenges. There's been traumas. I want you all to realize that about me. Yes, I am your motivator. I am here to motivate you all, but I'm human too. I get down. I get discouraged too, but it's all about not allowing ourselves to stay down, not allowing yourself to do certain things, because you have to know yourself. And that's where I want to start this discussion today, and letting you all know that not everything that comes at us, not all business situations, not all people are meant to be in our life. Not everyone we know we should align with. Not everybody who comes and says, we're so amazing, let's be friends, you should be friends with. Not everybody that you may like. They may look good on the outside, but on the inside, what type of person are they? How do they treat other people? And how do they treat you? Not every individual that comes in our life is meant to be for us and meant to stay in our life. Hold on a second, guys. My allergies are going crazy. Not everybody that comes in our life is meant to stay in our life. So the question has to be asked, what do I believe about myself? How do I view myself? Do I believe in myself? Am I confident? And all of that is shown in the way that we treat ourselves, the way we talk to ourselves, and who we align ourselves with, giving ourselves that permission and that space to get up after a challenge, to forgive ourselves when we do something wrong, or to forgive others when they hurt us. And I said that because we may not realize it, but the way we treat ourselves, the way we talk to ourselves, that shows how we're going to elevate. It shows how we are going to grow as women, and it shows how we will grow as men. Hey, Colton, how are you doing? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. So let's get into today's discussion. That's not for me. What are some of the things that are not meant to be for us? Okay. This is what I have to say. Just because others are doing it doesn't mean I should. This is where we are getting into knowing our own gifts, our own potential, our own worth. And just because there's people around you who are doing things, it doesn't mean we should do it. It's not a competition. We're not trying to follow other people, but be your own individual. Know your own gifts, know your own limits. And when I say limits, I don't mean limits as limiting behaviors, but we have to know ourselves and we have to know what is good for us and what is not good for us. And certain people, certain decisions, certain alignments are not good for us. And just because another person may be doing something and it may be meeting with success, that could be their purpose. That's their reason. But it doesn't mean that it's mine. It doesn't mean that it's yours. Learning to clearly define your potential, learning to clearly define your worth, and then having enough courage to stand up and to live it. Living your own personal truth, I think, is one of the most amazing things ever. It will make you feel satisfied. It will make you feel encouraged. You will feel motivated. You will feel inspired when you're doing what you're supposed to do. It's called purposeful living, living within your purpose. But first, before we live in our purpose, we have to know, what is my purpose? What am I good at? What can I do? What are my abilities? And being okay with doing it. Many of us have talents and gifts and potential inside of ourselves, but if we don't have enough courage to be able to say, I can do this, and then follow through, that's a big deal that a lot of people do not do. They don't have enough confidence to say, I can do this. And then I'm going to have enough courage to keep going at it until you win. See, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. When you are good at something, when it is your craft, when it's your gift, when it's your talent, when it's whatever it is, when it's your reason for existing, you're going to be excited about your life. You're going to go for it. You're going to seek those opportunities. And even when it's hard, even when other people don't support you, even when other people don't like you, it should never stop you from doing what you're supposed to be doing. Hey, Wellness with Frugal Mama, how are you doing? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Happy Wednesday to you. Greetings to you as well. I really do appreciate you being here. Yes, doing well, doing well. I'm glad that you are too. If you guys could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. I think that it's so important for people to learn about just not going by what's popular, but by going by your own self. How does whatever it is that I'm doing, how does it make me feel? Is it encouraging me? Is it motivating me? Am I inspired? Do I feel good about myself? How do I treat others? And a lot of people, yes, you may get success for a while with doing something, but it does not mean that that's what you're supposed to be doing with your life. Yes, happy Wednesday to you, Wellness. Happy Wednesday to you and everybody who is in the chat. And I think that it's so sad when I see people who are copycats or people who don't know who they are. They don't know that they can do things, like they have not tapped into self-esteem, self-worth, confidence. And it is a walk. It is a walk in life. It's a journey that never ends. We always have to keep moving ourselves forward and progressing, because we have to learn to love ourselves. We have to learn to believe in ourselves. We have to work on confidence. We have to work on having that thick skin that regardless of what other people say or do, or if they support us or if they like us, do not let it devalue us. Don't let it take the wind out of our sail, take the air out of our balloon, and get us off track from our focus. You know, there's certain things in life that we're just not meant to do. And it's not me being negative, it's not you being negative, but have you ever noticed that certain people dress a certain way, talk a certain way, or they're doing things, but they're not successful at it because that's not what they're supposed to be doing? And I wanted to encourage you all with this message and to let you all know that it's not being negative, it's being realistic. We have to learn to tap into this individuality. Okay, individuality. It means that every single person, as a woman or a man, you are your own person. You're your own entity. You have your own personality. You have your own story. You have your own things that you're good at. And we have to learn to embrace our own individuality. Learn that, you know, who I am, I'm good enough. And I love to put that out there, especially for children, and to let children know I didn't grow up in that. And I like every opportunity that I can. I love to put that out in the atmosphere to children, but also in speaking to every single person's inner child. You are enough. You are enough. You are somebody, exactly how you talk, exactly how you look, with your story, with your personality. You are enough. And a lot of people don't believe in themselves enough. They don't have confidence because of what other people said. And that's something that I want for all of us to do better at, not based on what other people say or do, or who likes you, or clicks, or views, or how much money you have in the bank. It's about who you are as a person. Who are you on the inside? Have you thought about that today? Or have you thought about it recently? Who am I? What am I good at? Like, what is my personality? What do I like to do? What am I good at? And then get into doing that more so. The more that we become an individual and not a conformist, not trying to follow or try to be like other people, we feel better about ourselves. We become happier, we have more joy, we have peace of mind in anything that we touch because we know how to be ourselves. Don't try to be a facade. Don't try to put on this mask. Don't try to pretend and make other people happy. Be yourself. You know, it's always good enough. And I didn't always have this. I'll tell you all that. I did not always have the ability to be happy as my own woman because I wanted to be like somebody else. And, you know, you can always find something good about another person, but learning to embrace your own self and to say, I love me for who I am. I'm confident in me. I am enough. I have value. And a lot of people, the reason why they go after other people or they try to get other people down or they become jealous of others is because they haven't put any work into themselves, learning to love themselves for who you are deep inside of you. Who are you? What do you like? What are you good at? And have you encouraged yourself today? I wanted to say that to all of you motivators, we have to work on celebrating our own self. You do. You have to work on embracing your own self. And it takes courage. It takes a lot of work. And it's an everyday thing. It's not something that you say, I love myself, and that's enough. But learning to stand up for yourself and to say, I love me, how I am, how I look, how I talk, how I walk, the work that I put into myself, my mindset, my focus. That's something that nobody can ever duplicate. Nobody can duplicate you. Even people who try, Nobody can put your own personality on. And I am so grateful that I have a community of motivators that know how to be themselves. There's no better peace of mind. There's no better joy that you can have like knowing yourself, like knowing what you're capable of. Okay. And you are capable of great things. But I want to get back onto the topic. That's not for me. There are certain things that is not meant for us as individuals. There's certain things that's not meant for us as women or men or whatever. Certain things that you don't like, and that's okay. We have to learn to be okay with just being ourselves, okay? And it takes work. It does. It takes a lot of work to learn to love ourselves. It takes a lot of work to say I'm okay with who I am. It takes forgiving yourself. It takes maturity, and that's hard. It's hard to look at ourselves and not wonder, well, I wish I would have done this. You know, the shoulda, woulda, couldas. I should have done this and I should have done that. And why did I choose this relationship? And why don't other people accept me? And why doesn't this person receive me? But part of loving yourself and being an individual is learning to embrace yourself for everything that you are. And you're not going to get everybody to like you. You're not going to get everybody to be on your side. And you should be happy about that. There are some people out there and they have evil motives. They want to try to sabotage your success. They want to break your peace of mind, but don't let them. We have control over the way we talk to ourselves. We have control. A lot of times we allow other people to take away our peace, to take away our power when we have the power inside of ourselves. Don't listen to the negativity from other people. Who cares what they think about you? Who cares if they like you? Who cares? All of those things. But the biggest question that I have to say to all you motivators, and that's this: but what do you think about yourself? Do I like myself? Do I love myself? And what am I doing in order to showcase my own talent? Now, it took me a really big, deep dive inside of myself, learning how to embrace me, learning how to look at myself and to say, all the things that maybe other people don't like, let that be the thing that you embrace about yourself. Um, you're not going to get everybody to like the way you talk and walk and look and your gifts, maybe because they're jealous of you. Maybe because they don't know themselves, they don't love themselves, they don't know how to be their own friend. But we can't allow other people on the outside to stop us from being ourselves, from living our life with peace and with joy and with passion. And now we're on to the next point. That's not for me. There's certain things that is not meant to be for us because it's not our purpose. Every single one of us has a purpose in this life. You have a purpose, and I have a purpose. Just some people have not tapped into their purpose, or they're not using their purpose. They're not using your gifts. Everybody has a reason why they are here, but some people don't have enough courage to use their gifts. And it doesn't have to be no big or major gifts, but some people have the gift of being a great listener. Some people have the gift of gab. Some have the gift of, teaching and cleaning. Some people have a gift of singing. There's so many things in this world. There's so much beauty, but many times as human beings, we put our energy into picking ourselves apart and saying, I can't do this, or I'm not like this person, or I don't have what this other person. And we diminish our own personal value, or we wrap our value up in the things, in material things, when the most important is not what we possess. It's not about the material, the finances, how much money you have in the bank, but it's who you are on the inside. Who are you on the inside? What gifts do you possess? And when I tapped into my own gifts that I possess, I became happier, I became joyful, And I learned how to love myself even more. And it takes a lot of courage, and it was really hard. It's hard for me to click on live stream. I know many of you may not realize that or understand it, but it's hard to click a live button and to allow myself to be vulnerable and to share certain things that I've been through. But I'm transparent. I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm committed to myself. I'm committed to my purpose, for my reason for existing, because I love myself. And I hope that for every single one of you motivators, that you get to be in a space to where you love yourself, and you know your purpose, and then you get into the action. See, this is the where it's the big divide, where most people fall off, because they may know themselves, they may even love themselves, but they don't have enough confidence in order to use their gifts. Okay. And that is the next point. Being confident, being a confident woman or being a confident man is so important, to how you feel about yourself. It is for your self esteem. It affects your mental health. It affects what you do with your life or what you don't do. When we lack confidence, we're not able to accomplish things. Because I know this from experience, being a big time procrastinator. I used to be a big time procrastinator. I would start things and I would never finish them. But when I started to get more confident, believing in myself, because I know myself, I love myself, I know my gifts, I do it as a responsibility. I have the responsibility to do things and complete it, because I know my purpose, because I know I can. With every gift that we have, it comes with a responsibility. So, how are you using your gifts? Are you using your gifts? Do you hold your head up high? Are you allowing yourself to smile? Not that you just walk around smiling all the time, but do you look at yourself in the mirror and are you confident in your abilities? No matter how you may look on the outside, even as we age, things change and shift. But are you confident? Are you confident in yourself? Do you believe that you can do great things? That's something that I had to learn. I had to learn how to be confident. I had to learn that even if other people don't like what I'm saying, they don't like me, they talk about me, but don't let it stop what I'm supposed to do. And I say the same thing to all of you motivators too. Don't let other people and what they think about you stop you from doing what you're supposed to do. Stop you from loving yourself. Stop you from staying focused. Yes, this life is all about what we choose to focus our mind on. So, what do you think about on a day to day basis? Do you keep your mindset positive? Do you allow yourself to be your best? All of that stems from the inside. Your outside, the way you look, the way you treat yourself, the way you talk to yourself, how you start and accomplish things has to do with confidence. When you're confident in yourself and fully believe in yourself, fully love yourself, you will say, this is what I can do. I will believe in it. I will speak up and I will start it and I will finish it. It means that you get a plan and you stick to it. I didn't understand that so much when I first started, what I do with my business. I know myself, I love myself, but I didn't fully believe in me. I still was allowing my fears. I still was allowing the projections from other people to get me stuck. And we cannot let what other people say and do stop us from being our best. Never let another person stop you from being your best. Miss Nexie says, knowing yourself is part of our journey. And it is, Miss Nexie. It's a part of our journey to know ourselves and to love ourselves. It's a part of the journey, and it's okay. because some days you're going to have your self-esteem will be through the roof. You'll be confident, walking around strutting, telling yourself, I look good. And that's not arrogance, it's confidence, And I don't know about you all, but I know about me. I put in a lot of work to put a smile on my face. I put in a lot of work to be able to look at myself and to say, you can do this. And the same thing for all of you. Look at yourself in the mirror every single day and speak those positive affirmations over your life. It's not that it's easy. It's not that it's going to just automatically come to you, whatever it is that you're trying to do, but it's you putting in the work. You got to put in the work into your life. You got to believe in yourself and then follow through. Thank you so much, Estad. I appreciate it. How are you doing? Happy Wednesday. We have to put in work into ourselves. You got to put in work into you. You have to. And until you put into work to live a prosperous and a full life and to be your happiest, not because of what your parents, not because of your siblings, your other relative, who you're in a relationship with, what your finances, what your intellectual abilities are, you are confident just because you know and love yourself. Confidence starts in here. And when you believe on your inside, it goes into your thoughts. It goes into your mindset. It goes into what you actually do in real time. People will say all the time, I love myself, but then it's not aligning. It's not showing, oh, okay, you love yourself, but look how you treat yourself. Loving yourself is way more than just saying it by the words, I love myself, but how do you treat yourself? How is your self-care? How is your overall wellness? What are you doing with your life? How do you forgive others? And how do you forgive yourself? Okay? Yes, we all are to be here. Yes. Thank you so much, Estad. And that's something that I had to learn. I had to learn me. I had to learn about confidence. I had to learn about self-esteem. And I'm human. Some days I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling myself. I'll say things that's weird or strange. Like I'll like lack in confidence that day. Like I'm not feeling good about myself. Everybody has those days, and it's okay to not be okay. You just may need to rest, or maybe you're listening to negativity from other people, and we have to stop that. Hey, Jessica, how are you doing? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Happy Wednesday to you. And that's something that we definitely have to learn. We have to learn how to not allow the estimation of other people. Who cares if they like you? Who cares if they support you? Who cares? Okay. The only one that is important is ourselves. How do you think about yourself? What do you think about yourself? And don't get me wrong. Yes, it can be lonely, right? Not having the support. We want support from certain people, but if they're not giving it to you, if they're not loving you, if they're not appreciating you, if they're not understanding you, if they're not supporting you, if they're only here to use you, that's not for you. That's not a person who is for you. It's not about being in a big crowd of people, or it's not just about your blood relatives and thinking because they're my relative, they care about me. They care about me and they support me. No. The majority of the ones that don't support and love us the way they should is your own blood relatives. And we have to definitely be careful of the way we talk to them, what you tell them. I always talk about walking in silence. Don't tell them your business. Keep your business to yourself. When you have something that you're working on and ways that you're trying to grow and elevate, don't tell them. Walk in silence. Mind your own business. Do your own thing. There's lots of people out here, whether it's on social media, it's in real life, it's a job, it's in a relationship, it's a friend. They don't care about you and support you. They don't want you to win. They don't want you to be better than them. See, they like you and support you as long as you support them, as long as you're on their side, as long as you're doing what they want you to do, as long as they can control you, they like you. But the moment that you stop allowing them to control you, or you stop telling them your business, or you start doing better than them, or you start elevating, you become more confident, you take care of yourself, you become healthier, you start achieving some levels of success in life, you really find out who really cares for you, who really likes you, who really is on your side. Okay. You really do find out who is on your side by how they treat you when you're winning in your winning season. Thank you so much, Puzzle Pieces, for doing a gifted membership. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And because of it, I don't have something for the membership, but I can do when the super chat hits. Thank you so much, Miss Nexie. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. And that's one thing about this life is that Writers is in here. I don't see her. Did I miss her? I must have missed her. I don't know. I don't see it on my end. So it's so important for us to work on ourselves, right? Work on you and being yourself. I want to say that to all of you beloved motivators. Work on yourself. Work on knowing yourself. Working on loving yourself. Oh, thank you so much, Ms. Nexie, for a second gifted membership. You all, please make sure that you turn on that you can receive gifted memberships, okay? That's not for me. We see people out here all the time that, let's say they're trying to put on this persona. Oh, congratulations, Miss Roxanne. You got one of Miss Nexie's gifted memberships. We're going to do a member only live stream on Friday. I think Friday. If it's not Friday, it will be Monday or Tuesday. But check out the community tab. So there's many people on social media and in our real life that we see, and they don't know how to be themselves. Okay. They don't know who they are. And I feel sad for those individuals, maybe because of their background. Not everybody grows up in a very loving and kind environment where they know how to be supportive, right? They don't know how to be supportive of other people. So that's why they become jealous of what other people have and what other people do. Okay. But understand your own personal gifts. Understand your gifts. I think that that's so important for us to know our gifts, know our own potential, and then to use them. I'm going to put the link here in the chat if anyone is interested in coming up and sharing your thoughts about your self-worth, your confidence, believing in you, and then going for it. Go for it. For a long time, I was always waiting for other people to give me the permission to win, to give me the permission to enjoy my life. But we're the ones, we have to give ourselves the permission to win. You have to give yourself the permission to thrive. You can do it. And I had to start saying that to myself. I started saying in the morning when I woke up, Marlene, I give you the permission to win. I give you the permission to succeed. I give you the permission to thrive. You are capable and deserving. And we have to talk to ourselves that way. Hey, Dawn, how are you doing? Welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you being here. Happy Wednesday. Yes, yes, yes. We have to talk to ourselves that way. And everybody, please make sure you turn on your gifted memberships, okay? We have to give ourselves that permission to succeed, permission to win. And I have to talk to myself very strongly sometimes because I doubt myself, because I feel some type of way, or when I feel discouraged sometimes because I'm not getting to my goals as fast as I want to, or when disappointments happen in my life and I'm not getting what I want. I get kind of discouraged sometimes, but it's okay. That's when you tell yourself, get up, you know. So I have to tell myself, I forgive you. I forgive you for when you didn't love yourself. I forgive you when you didn't know about boundaries. I forgive you that you chose whoever to be in a relationship that was not good for you, but you didn't know better. So I forgive myself and I give myself permission to move on. And I say that to all of you too. Give yourself the permission to move on. Many times we stay stuck in relationships. We stay stuck in negative thought processes. We stay stuck in, not allowing ourselves to move on and to start something new or do something new, or get into a new romantic relationship, or to get into our business, or get into friendships, or whatever it is that you want to do with your life, getting into your purpose and your reason for existing. Okay. We have to get into our passion. That's so important. You will experience so much joy and peace when you're living life on your terms and not allowing society and other people to define you. Everything in my life shifted with those thoughts, with those reasonings. And I had to start to put that into my mind, that there is nothing that I can't do, that I am very capable of. We are the ones that have to be convinced. I had to convince myself first. I had to work on my own confidence, my own self-esteem, my own self-love, and to allow myself to win. Many times it's not that we don't want to do things because we can't do it, but what if you win? I unlocked that when I went through therapy. My issue was not that I couldn't do it. I knew I could do it, but what if I gain success? Then what's next? What will happen? But allow yourself to be on that next level, and I had to say to myself, I give you the permission to live your life fully. I give you the permission to succeed. I give you the permission to thrive and to smile and to heal from your past. I give you the permission to be your best. Everything in my life started shifting when I started to give myself that permission to win, the permission to thrive, the permission to heal, the permission to succeed. And you have it inside of you as well. Give yourself that permission to succeed. You can do it. You can. You really and truly can. But we are the ones that have to be convinced of that. And I could have said it all day long. I used to say it all the time. I love myself. I love myself. But I was doing a lot of self-harming things. I was eating things that I know wasn't good for me. You say you love yourself, then why do you harm yourself? When you love yourself, you don't harm yourself. When you love yourself, you don't allow people to take advantage of you. When you love yourself, you allow yourself to get up and to walk through whatever it is that you're supposed to do, even when you don't know how. Just say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to walk by faith. I'm going to walk. I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going until I win. I'm going to keep going until whatever it is. happens. All it takes sometimes is just allowing ourselves to do it. And then everything will align. I believe that, the universe is always will give you what you put out there. So if you stop doing it and everything, if you keep telling yourself you can't, if you keep making excuses, if you keep allowing other people to challenge you and diminish your worth, diminish your confidence, diminish your talents, diminish your gifts. When I know my gifts, when I know my purpose, when I believe in that, it doesn't matter if other people like it. It doesn't matter if other people are intimidated by it. What is meant to be for me is meant to be for me, not them. Who cares if they like it? Who cares if, they wish they thought of the idea? Who cares if whatever it is that they're trying to put on you, make you feel bad, get you stuck, make you feel guilty because you're not available to support every single thing that they do because you're living your life. For many, many years, I put myself on the back burner because I'm such a good supporter. I am definitely that friend. I will support you. I will advocate you. I will give you all of the accolades. I'll be so happy for other people. See, sometimes we will be so busy cheering for others that we stop cheering for ourselves. Boom, right there. That was a nugget, okay? We are so busy cheering for others that we stop cheering for ourselves. When's the last time you cheered for yourself and say, I'm going to do this because I can do it and I will do it? You got to speak that out of your mouth. And even when you don't know how, be faithful, be loyal. Everything will align. You're going to find the mentors. You're going to find the friendships. You're going to find exactly what you need. But it's just in putting in the work, putting in the action. Give yourself the permission to win. Give yourself the permission to thrive. And it wasn't until I gave myself the permission to thrive and to win before I could. I had to believe in me. I had to have enough confidence. I had to put in the work. I had to put in the action. The same thing for you. Things aren't just going to drop in your lap. If you want to have a phenomenal life, you got to go out there and do it. You got to go out there and live it and be unapologetic. Be unapologetic about your life. This is your life. What are you going to do about it? I think that that's so important to do that for yourself. Allow yourself to win. Allow yourself to thrive. Yeah, give yourself the permission to be great. You have to. You must. I feel like it's such a big responsibility in order to allow yourself to just be who you are. Allow yourself to be yourself. Allow yourself to be joyous. Allow yourself to thrive. Allow yourself to heal. And I had to stay in that space for a long time, many, many years, because I had to heal from my trauma. I had to heal from what I thought I should be. I had to, deal with disappointments when disappointing other people, disappointing myself. And I had to learn to heal all of that. I had to let all of that go so that I could learn to live in my present. And that's not for us. That's not for you. And that's not for me. Staying in that space of licking our own wounds, self-sabotaging, doubting ourselves, being fearful, or waiting for other people to be on board with your dreams, be on board with your goals. There's so many people who are staying and waiting. I want to do that, but I want to do that when I find my spouse. I want to do that with a friend. I want to do that with my siblings. But what if that doesn't happen for you? What if they're not on board with your purpose? What if they're not on board with your dream? What if they're not on board with your goals? What if they never support you? I hope that happens. I hope you find your said spouse, your the best friend that you could ever have. I hope you find the support. I hope that you find your dream purpose and reason and passion in this life. but it takes us being resilient, being courageous enough to say, this is me. I'm going to do me. I'm going to use my mental abilities. I'm going to use my intellect. I'm going to use my story. I'm going to be driven. I'm going to be focused, and I'm going to be my best. That's what I want for every single one of you. I want for you to be your best, not what your mom says your best, your cousin, your spouse, your children. It's not your comparing yourself to anybody else. I mean, for you, you as a grown woman or a grown man, giving yourself the permission to be your best self. Give yourself the permission to be the best you. And I can say for me, I couldn't give myself the permission to be my best me because I never allowed myself to be my best. So I had to start to define that. What is my best? Who am I? What can I do? And then when I started writing down what I'm good at and learning to look at it every day, I'm good at this. I'm talented at that. I'm striving at this. I'm achieving, and healing those wounds, speaking those words out of your mouth. I can do great things. Potential is inside of me. I can achieve. I'm great at this. I love myself. I'm my own best friend. I deserve to live a great life. And when I did that, I learned to give myself that permission to live my life on my terms. Hey, Miss Tamika, how are you doing? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And I think that that's what it takes, honestly. I think it takes so much in this life. And there's only very few, it's a very small amount of the population that is going to allow themselves to not only be motivated, but stay motivated. Not only be positive, but stay positive. Not only to have a good attitude, but to keep a good attitude. Because life, there's challenges, there's difficulties. We have our own personal issues, circumstances, finances, health problems. Everybody has challenges, but it's not letting our challenges get inside of our head and get us stuck. One of the things that we have to say to ourselves, what is for me is for me. What is my reason? What is my purpose? What I'm good at? What my talent is? Nobody can stop that. What is my talent is mine. What is my purpose is mine. What is my gift is mine. Okay? Never let another person stop you from doing your best. Never let anybody stop you from achieving your best. And I always say the best is yet to come. But are you allowing yourself to be your best? Are you allowing yourself to elevate? Are you allowing yourself to heal? And we have to say that out loud. I give you permission to thrive. I give you the permission to succeed. I give you permission to heal. And certain individuals are not meant for us. You guys make sure you have your gifted memberships on. I think that Miss Nexie has one more gifted membership out there for somebody. So make sure you turn on your gifted memberships so that a second person can receive the gifted membership. One thing that is so important is for us to know our worth. Know our worth. And I can say for myself, I didn't grow up in that environment of being fed, you can do it, I believe in you, and I love you. I grew up with, I knew that my parents loved me, but it wasn't said, it wasn't verbalized. But it's up to us as adults to change and shift whatever it is that we don't like. If you don't like what has happened to you, if you don't like your life, if you don't like your circumstance, have enough courage to change it and to say it out loud. I had to say that to myself. That's not for me. There's certain things that's not meant for me. I had to shift and say, it's not meant for me to not have good health. It's not meant for me to do the 9 to 5. It's not meant to me because I am a businesswoman. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm successful. And we have to say those things out of our mouth. I am successful. I am capable. I can do great things. I can be better than anybody I have ever known because I know myself. I love myself. I'm my own friend. I will put in the work to be my best. And I feel like that's a big separation. There's a very wide gap of people who will never put in the work. They'll never put in the work to be their best because they settle, because life has beat them, and I know many people, life has beat them. People have endured so much traumatic things and traumas and difficulties and sadness and mean things that people have done. But it's okay. Today is a new day. Today you're a fully grown woman or a fully grown man with opportunities. And we have to seek those opportunities and realize what is meant to be for me. Nobody can stop it. Even if other people will tell you that you're not good at something, don't listen to them. Never allow the negativity on the outside to come inside of you. Okay? Let me see something for a second, guys. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have to have their gifted memberships on. Miss Nexie. Wellness, make sure you turn on your gifted membership. Because I don't want to end this live and that one gifted membership would, I don't know. And Dawn, turn on your gifted memberships too, to make sure that you can receive. I want one of you to be able to receive the gifted membership. Right, wellness. There's so many people. And one thing about me, I love to see other people win. I love to see other people succeed. I love to see other people elevate. And unfortunately, some people don't, and they don't. We can't make other people love us. We can't make other people do the right thing. We can't make other people love themselves. And that makes me so sad on my inside when I see that certain people have so much potential. And every single one of you, if you have not heard that today, you have potential. But are you allowing yourself to use it? Are you allowing yourself to believe it? Okay? Every single one of you has potential. Every single one of you. But you have to put it out there that I'm going to do something with my potential. I'm going to believe in my potential. I'm going to believe in my gifts. But it's all up to us, Miss Nexie says, we grew up with the what's wrong with you. I hope you finish it this time. Get over it. You are so dramatic. Yes, Miss Nexie. I grew up with that too. I grew up with the, like a negative mindset, not being encouraged that I could do something great, or not being told that I was phenomenal, not being told that I had gifts, because for many years I thought I had no gifts. I wasn't good at anything because my whole childhood and up to I was probably 23 years old before I started to think about my own gifts. So, your gifts are inside of you. Don't allow people who are negative and jealous and weak-minded and don't want to put in the work or lazy to make you feel that you're not gifted. You are gifted. You are intelligent. You are smart. You are capable. Miss Nexie says emotional support, reassurance, encouragement was not used in our homes. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. But, I always say that's why I'm so proud of myself. And I'm proud of all of you motivators who have had the courage to break generational curses. I know I broke generational curses by learning to communicate, learning to tap into my feelings and learn that it was okay to have my emotions, it did not make me weak. Actually, knowing your emotions makes you strong because you know what hurts you. You know when you're being used. You know about boundaries, and that's what I'm saying. There's certain things that is not meant to be for us. Certain individuals don't deserve to be in our life. Certain people don't respect you because they don't respect themselves. Until a person knows themselves, until a person has healed from their past and they start to work on themselves, they all they will ever do is continue to hurt themselves. And if you keep them in your life, they will hurt you. Then we have to know our worth. We have to know our worth enough to do something different, do something drastic. Okay. I'm going to put the link in here one more time. I was hoping somebody would take that second gifted membership. I was trying to hold on for somebody to get the next gifted membership, but I don't know. But I did want to say that even people in our life who are our relatives, our friends, not everybody is happy for us. Okay. Not everybody that we know and we care about loves and cares about us back. You know, they may not be for you. They may put on this persona, they put on this whole narrative and pretend like they care about you. They pretend that they love you. They pretend that they support you when in the reality of it is they don't care for you. They don't care for you. They just want to know your business. They just want to get things from you. They just want your money. They want your time. They want your effort. They want your knowledge. They want to ride on the coattails of your success, like Boss Life All Online always says. That's what some people do. They try to be you. They want your whole life, but don't let other people stop you from being great. You know, I know that many of you motivators are great people. I know that every single one of you has a story. Every single one of you have survived certain things. And it takes a lot of courage to allow yourself to continue on. And I know everybody has their good days and their bad days. I know that every single person goes through certain things that they just feel like throwing in the towel and giving up, but don't. Never give up on you. Never give up on you. Okay? There's nobody like you. Don't allow a challenge or a difficulty to stop you from being your best you. You were born with certain gifts. You know, I always talk about that, working on your inside. You were born with certain gifts, but are you tapping into it? Are you tapping into your potential? Are you tapping into your gifts? Are you using your gifts? And have you had enough courage to get rid of people in your life that don't? Okay. The people in your life that will always just hang out, right? They're just trying to hang out and for some reason hang out with you, but they don't care about you. Hey, S. Oliver, how are you doing? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Make sure you have on your gifted memberships, S. Oliver. I have one more gifted membership I'm trying to give away before I end the live. How are you doing, S. Oliver? Happy Wednesday to you. If you guys could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. Well, you know, one thing about this life is I feel myself getting emotional, but it's allowing yourself the permission to be your best self. And why that gets me emotional is because there was so many times in my life, there was actually years of my life, probably the better part of my life, where I stayed into a space where I didn't love myself. I didn't know myself. I didn't think I could do good things. And it was because of the environment. It's because of the people that we surround ourselves by. And it does take courage to cut off negative people, to cut off people who use us, to cut off all of it. Okay. It does. It takes a lot of courage, but have enough courage to be your best and to identify the people in our life that don't care about us, that they're only here to use us. And I hate to say it, but many times the people who don't care about us are our own relatives. You know, they can be some of the people who will use, and they will use you up until you have nothing left. You know, they will use you until you have nothing left. And that's sad, but you don't have to. You don't have to deal with them. You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to tell them your business. And same applies with friends, quote unquote. And you don't have to trying to figure out how to turn on gifts. Yeah, it should be in the chat. I know when I've been in other chats with the gifted memberships, there is a little toggle, and then it says it in the live where it says allow gifted memberships, and then you just toggle it over, and then it will be on. But I do think that it's so important to allow yourself to see the wool that some people try to pull over our eyes, right? And they do. Some people will try to pull a wool over your eye. Like you're stupid, you know? I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus or make fun of anybody, but we have to realize the people who care about us and the people who don't. There are many people that you could have in your life and you think that they care about you and they love you and they support you and they're here for you, and they're not. They're only in your life for what they can get from you, for how they can use you, how they can take advantage of you. But don't let them, set those boundaries. It took me a long time, but I had to actually cut off some of my siblings. Let me put it in again, Miss Nexie. Let me know if that one works. There's a lot of people that we have in our life, right? And we think that they support us. We think that they care about us, and they don't. And that hurts. It hurts like in your heart to know that your own siblings, your own cousins, maybe your own parents, and extended, maybe the person you're in a relationship with, you can care about them and love them, but they don't care about and love you back. And I had to learn that for myself, that, it's not for me. It's not my decision to bail out other people. It's not my responsibility to be other people's savior. It's not your responsibility to be a friend to everybody. It's not your responsibility to support everybody when we haven't been supporting ourselves. I had to grow into that. I had to grow into learning me and loving me enough to say, even if they stop talking to me, even if the relationship ends, I have to do healthy and good things that support my mental health, that support my spiritual and my financial growth, that help me to be able to sleep well and to not feel stressed out behind it. Awesome. You found it, S. Oliver. Great. I hope that you get that gifted membership. And not allowing yourself to, not allowing yourself to be in that negative space. Be your best and be positive. And when I started to learn to shift my mindset and to start thinking positively about myself, that there's certain individuals who are in my life that don't deserve me. There's certain people that I know that I I know them, but they don't deserve me because they don't respect me. That's a whole real thing. There's certain individuals in our life that, they don't respect our boundaries. They do whatever they want to. They treat you any way that they want to, and that's not a good thing. It really isn't. It's not a good thing to let people walk all over you. And a lot of people will just say, "Oh, they care about me." But where are the results? Where are the receipts where they've proven that they do? How have they proven that they care about you? How have they proven that they support you? How have they proven that they love you? Um, Love is in the action. Love is an action word. And if people's actions are not proving that they actually do, then they're not for me and they're not for you. So we have to stop believing just the words, the lip service, right? And that's an easy thing to do. It's easy to say, I love you. It's easy for people in romantic relationships to tell you they love you when all they really want to do is control you and know your business and get your money and get your time, but they really don't have their heart invested with you. And what about relatives? Just because you have the same blood, it doesn't mean they care about you and support you and want to be there for you and help you. Doesn't mean that. And also friends. That's a word that, is a trigger word for me sometimes because people will say all the time that all these people are their friends. But for me, a friendship is shown by the test, right? Testing, test it out. Somebody says they're your friends. How are they showing it that they are? How are they proving to you that they are your friend? What are they doing by their actions to show that they are who they say they are? It's easy to say that you're somebody's friend, but it's another thing for somebody to call you and to text you and to support you and to celebrate you. It doesn't have to be in big ways. Just somebody saying, "Hey, I was thinking about you and I know you're doing this or that. I'm proud of you and I know you can do it and I'm here for you." Those are friends, not the ones that will just say, "Oh, you think you're going to do that?" Or "You've been saying you're going to do that. You won't do it." Just because you've known somebody for a long time, it doesn't mean that they were ever good for us. And that applies to all relationships. We can know people for a long time, but it doesn't mean they're good for us. There's toxic relationships and there's healthy relationships. And many people that I knew, I had to have enough courage to stand up for myself and to say, this is not for me. They are not for me. They care nothing about me. They don't support me. They're not trying to understand me. They're trying to elevate me. Actually, what they're doing is pulling me down. Let's see what Miss Roxanne says. The gift is under the $sign. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Miss Roxanne. I appreciate that. What certain individuals will try to do is they will try to pull us down and hold us down. That's what they'll do. Let's see. I think Miss Nexie is back here. I'll wait until she's fully I can fully see her. But it's so important for us to put in the work into ourself to identify, is this person really for me, or do I believe? And that's where I was. I wanted to believe that they were there for me. I wanted to believe they cared for me. I wanted to believe that things were working when I know for a long time it hasn't been. Let's see if we can add Miss Nexie to the show. Hello.
Hello. Oh my God, it's been so hard to get. Can you hear me, Miss Marlene?
Yes, I hear you.
Hello. You can hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Ah.
Yep, I can.
It's taking me so long to get in.
That's okay. Uh-oh. Well, you'll come back. She'll come back. But what happens in this life is it's so important to not allow people that we know of, people that we care about, to affect us in that way, to stop us from growing and elevating in our business and our finances and whatever it is that we're trying to do. We will keep people in our life sometimes that we need to let go of, like you're grasping at straws. They don't care about you just because they're your sister or your cousin or your relative, just because you're in a romantic relationship. That doesn't mean they love you. We have to know the difference. Miss Nexie? I think she's here. So we'll just wait for Miss Nexie. But I do think that it's important for us to be in that space to where we can be positive. Okay? Be positive. Encourage yourself, love yourself, and to know that certain individuals are not for us. And that was so hard for me to cut off somebody that I knew of, right? That probably will be a good story time for my members. I don't want to share that in the public, but certain people that we stay in relationships with them, you know, and they are low vibrational, they're lazy, they're entitled, they don't care about you, but we keep them around. We keep them in our life, and we just can't, because they're not for you. And some people are just not for me. I don't know if Miss Nexie, let me see. Hold on a second, guys. I don't know. I don't know. It's certain individuals that are just not good for us, and we have to have enough courage to follow through. It was one of the hardest things in my life to end a relationship that I knew I wasn't growing in. That's hard. It's hard when you get into a relationship and then the mask finally falls off and you find out that it's a person that never actually cared about you at all. They were only using you for whatever reason. They were using you for money, or they were using you for your body, or they're using you for your intelligence, or whatever reason, or they were using you just to, for whatever reason or purpose. But knowing our worth is identifying what it is and then having enough courage to say, I deserve to be respected. I deserve to have healthy relationships. I deserve to be respected. But it had to start with me. I had to respect myself, even if other people don't. That's not for other people to do. It's up to you. It's up to me to respect myself. And it's also up to you to respect yourself enough to say, I don't have to take this treatment. I don't have to take this negativity. I don't have to take their drama. I don't have to let them use me. No, I deserve way better than that. And if that's the only message that you get from today, I would feel good. Don't let people run all over you and treat you any kind of way they want to. People want to treat you the way they want to treat you, and that's not how it works. Don't let people treat you the way they want to treat you. You have to let people treat you the way you want to be treated. Okay? That's important. Know your worth, motivators. Don't let people treat you any way they want to treat you. You have to let them treat you the way you want to be treated, because how they treat themselves. I always hear people say, treat people how you want to be treated. No, because how they treat themselves is not how I treat myself. I treat myself with respect and kindness, and all of those things with love, they may not do that because they may not know how to, or they're in a negative space, or maybe they're in a dark space. There are some people that are very evil, and we have to be so careful. You don't know what their motives are, you don't know what their intentions are, and they may be seeking to harm and to destroy you. Okay? Those same people that will be smiling in your face, they will have an intent to bring you physical harm, to try to hurt you. Some people want to just break your heart. Some people just want to know your personal business so that they can spread it to other people, so that they can sit back and laugh, because that's just how mean and evil some people are. And I know that that's not for you. But when you realize that individuals are that way, when you realize that they are out to hurt you, or when you see what they're doing, have enough courage to walk away from them. Okay? Have enough courage to say, enough is enough. Okay? And that's what it is. So I was trying to wait for Miss Nexie to come up, but I guess she is having some Wi-Fi issues or StreamYard issues, whatever the case may be. But thank you so much, anyways, Miss Nexie, for trying. And to all of you beloved motivators, keep your head up and know what is meant to be for you. Make those boundaries, set boundaries, respect yourself, be consistent, use your gifts and your talents. Never let anybody stop you. Okay? Never let anybody stop your greatness. Don't let anybody stop your greatness. Don't let anybody stop you from winning. Don't let anybody doubt you, cause you to think, maybe I can't do it. No, that's what some people want. They want to get you to doubt yourself so that you can stop, because they want to be able to step on you or use you. And the moment that you stop talking about your business, the moment that they can't use you anymore, the moment that you start winning and having success in your life, the moment you start smiling and succeeding, that's when people will hate you. You become hated when you know yourself. You become hated when you love yourself. You become hated when you gain notoriety, when you start thriving in your business, when you start to take care of yourself and look good. But it's okay. There's certain people who are not meant to be for us. They're not meant to be for you. Okay? Know your worth. That's a part of knowing your worth, motivators. Know your worth and what you deserve. You deserve better. You deserve to not be grasping for the little morsels or the little whatever that people want to give you, the leftovers. No, we're not doing that. Miss Nexie?
Yes. Can you hear me now, Miss Marlene?
Yay! You did it.
I don't. It keeps on kicking me out. No, it keeps on kicking me out. I was already in earlier,
No, I know
and
you
I
were
could
in.
hear you fine. And then you started freezing, like, and I was like, Miss Marlene, Miss Marlene. And I was like, darn it.
Yeah, it's okay. How are you doing, Miss
Great
Nexie?
topic.
Thank you so much. I'm
I'm
gonna
doing
let
good.
you. I'm gonna
Just
let
doing
you
good.
talk so I can get a sip of water. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Go ahead and let me talk. No, the only thing I wanted to say is that it is a very, especially if we're not encouraged, as you know, as a little child, it's very difficult for us. I'm not saying it's impossible for us to get, motivated, or learn to get, motivated, or learn to get to encourage your own self. I'm not saying you cannot learn that, but it is a lot easier if you're have been thought or have been treated that way since you're little, because it gets embedded in you and you build confidence, which is why I always say it's important for us to continue to, love our children, encourage them, protect them, Make sure we tell them every day how much we care for them, how much we love them, how great they're doing, and they're fast learners, even if you know that they're probably not, but that will help them by give them a little bit of courage, to try better, to do better. But we didn't grow up in a family like that, that had those words per se at the right moment we needed them. We grew up in families that, everybody did the same thing. Oh my God, there's a drama queen again. Oh no, here she goes again, wanting all those praises. What they didn't understand is that we needed those praises because we were different than the rest of our siblings.
Yeah. And that was me, Miss
You know what
Nexie.
I mean? It's important for us to. I
That
know,
was
Miss
me.
Marlene. I know. But
I used to
you
be
see
like,
that our
everybody see
parents
me,
and
everybody see
our
me.
but it's because you were the one, even though you were the baby, you were probably the one that got the least amount of attention because everybody else was, in their teenage years. Your parents were older. You were probably the last one that they paid attention to. So you had to
Yeah.
get that attention. You needed it, that attention.
I needed it, and I wasn't gonna stop until I got it.
Yeah, and that's the saddest thing is that you always felt so insignificant, right? Because they weren't giving you. You had to get their attention. You had to do whatever it took for you to get that, whether it was negative or positive. The most likely because you were the one trying so hard, it was going to be negative because they get tired of you trying.
Yeah. You you
They
know
think
what
you're a nuisance because you keep
you know
on
what I think it
trying to
is.
get their attention.
You know what I think it is, Miss Nexie. I think that I know it doesn't sound good, but I think sometimes that they want to make you broken. Like, I've done everything to you. Like, why won't you break down? Why won't you stop? And it was like,
I
no matter
think
how much
it's
they tried to beat me
I
down, that I wouldn't stop.
again, you try to get the attention you needed in a negative way, whether it was to not complete your tasks, whether it was to misbehave,
Yep.
whether it was to, I don't know, bother your siblings, whatever it was that you needed to do. You just wanted the recognition. Hey, it's Marlene here. I am here. Look at me. You know what
Yep.
I mean? So it's important for us to always give our children the attention they need so they don't have to work at it. Because how sad is it that a child has to work at getting the attention it needs? Why
Mhm.
not just have it readily available for all of them? But I have a feeling that a lot of our parents, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes, my opinion, not Marlene's, but I'm always people watching, right? Since I was little, I've been always doing that. I'm always people watch and just looking at them, seeing how they behave and stuff like that. And I always noticed that people that had a lot of kids, they wanted to have like cookie cutter kids. They all
Yep.
behaved the same. They all did the same thing. They all listened. So they wanted to have this molded up kids.
Yep.
And there was always one or two that wasn't like that because their needs were different than the other ones.
Mhm. Yep. And I was that
And those
child.
were the ones that stood out, and those are the ones that get sometimes the most negative attention because you're so bothersome to the parent that is not used to a child like you, that everything is negative coming your way. And it's
Mhm.
sad. It's so sad because they break the child regardless of you know um, what they say or what they do. They break you, even if you don't want to show it to them. They break you, and you pay the price as you get older.
Yep.
So,
The-
and I always tell people, in order for us not to have children with low self-esteem or maybe lack of learning or lack of desire to learn or lack of trying, children or adults that don't want to try anymore, but I'm talking about children because they're the most important, it's the most important age. I always tell them, give them the attention they need and don't look at it as everybody has to behave the same. or everybody has to obey, or everybody has to listen the same. Every child is different. You have to treat them the way they are. If one wants more attention, make sure that once or twice a week you take that one child out and do a one-on-one on that child with that child, because that's going to satisfy his or her desire to get that attention from you. They
Yeah.
already know that you're going once or twice a week to get some ice cream, even if it's just for 10 minutes, just the two of you. And that on itself would probably suffice for the entire week for
It
the
will.
attention that little child is seeking.
Yep. And I say that I was
And we won't
saying
have
that.
broken little kiddos.
Yeah. And I was saying that at the beginning of this discussion, talking about individuality and how much it takes courage to be an individual. It takes a lot of courage for people to stand up and to say, this is me, I'm myself. And it's not always going to be liked by everybody because you're going to be your own person and do your own thing. But you still continue to be yourself. And that's good. I like to see when people are like, this is me. I'm not a person in the mold and I'm going to be myself. And I feel like that's what causes people to be happy is when they allow themselves to be their natural self and not what other people think that they should be.
Their natural self.
Mhm.
And that's the thing, we all like to be liked. Because I heard that when you said that. I heard that. And yeah, we all want to be liked. We all like to be liked. Of
Mhm.
course, we all do. We don't want people to say how nasty we are, how mean we are. Oh, I don't like this girl. They don't even know you. So it does bother you. It bothers you because they're not accepting you and everything and on who you are. Trying to change that so that the one or two people accept you, it's the biggest mistake you can make. You have to stay, even if it hurts you, even if it bothers you, even if all you want is to get their approval, you have to still remain you, because eventually you're going to resent those one or two people that you were trying to please, because you're going to go back to yourself and say, what was I thinking? What's wrong with me? And whatever you do, if you're doing it just to please the masses, it's not going to come natural. And it's not going to be a good show, a good live, or a good premiere, because you're not going to be focusing on your gift. So whether
Mhm.
people like you or not, even if it hurts, because it does, you have to accept it.
Yeah.
You have to move on to best the best way you can, and continue to do you, because sometimes it takes that for you to be successful. It takes for you to close your ears, close your eyes, close your ears, and just put, those blinders and just continue on,
Yeah. Yep.
because
And
there's nothing you can do. I was in somebody else's live earlier, and she was saying something about. She said, it's about a case that is going on right now. I think I spoke to you, you know, in person, on our phone call sometimes, about this case that I'm following. And she
mhm.
was saying that they were literally going, they were doing something like diminishing a woman's body, and they were doing it in a way that it bothered her, she says, because this person is no longer with us, right? and
Mhm.
and they were talking about the way she looked. I mean, she already had children, you know what I mean? So she said, and we women, we never win. There's always something. She says, when I do my makeup, and I've done my little fixer uppers, I put my fake eyelashes and I straighten my hair and whatever. People are saying, what are you doing surgery on your face? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? When I don't do it, oh my God, why didn't you fix yourself? And there's mean people like that. You're not going to please everybody. She said
Yeah.
that earlier. So you have to do what comes natural to you. If you don't feel like putting makeup today, don't do it. Let them say whatever they want, as long as you are happy. And that's
Yeah.
it, Marlene. The key here is, make yourself happy like you do every day. You do your thing, You don't bother anybody. You don't criticize anybody. You just do you. That's it.
Yeah.
Because there's
Yeah.
no pleasing people sometimes, no matter what you do.
Even when you're trying to do something in a positive way, like I do the 10 content creators that you should know over on my other channel. And then there's always going to be some people who will say something, oh, that you didn't review the channel long enough, or you should have said this or that about. So it's always going to be, even when you're trying to do something good, people will always try to put something negative
Exactly.
onto something
And you're
positive.
like,
Like, come on.
I don't, yeah, exactly. You're like, I'm giving you your channel, I'm a shout out so people can go and watch you. That's the whole point. I'm mentioning who you are.
Mhm.
We're dropping your links. So whatever happens, happens. I don't have to do this. You're doing it out of the kindness of your heart because you want to
Mhm.
give, shout out to people that have helped you be in the place that you are today. I get that. But again, it will be no pleasing. There's a lot of people that are unhappy with themselves and they take it out on everybody else around them. And those are the people that sometimes we allow to get, under our skin. It's like, no, you have to just block them, mentally block
Yep.
them and continue to do you. You can describe a certain channel, but don't go overboard, because then you will give everything up. The person doesn't have to go there anymore, because the minute you describe it, they're like, okay, no, I don't like it. They don't go check out their content, compared to, go to this channel, I really like their content, go check it out, put the link on, and allow them to make their own choice. If you overstep, if you oversay, then there's no point of that person checking them out.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that's what they want. They want you to give them like 10, 15 minutes on their channel. And then like if I will give another person 30 more seconds, they get, well, you gave that person a 3-minute review and my review is 2 minutes. Nexi, I'm telling you that if you give what they say, if you give people an inch, they'll take a what is that? How I said that you give them an inch, they take a mile,
A foot.
a foot. I always want to say a mile. Always want to say a
A
mile.
foot. A foot. I know we all do. But it's true. So the only thing you can do is be yourself. Be genuine. Be yourself. Do content that calls you, that speaks to you, that means something to you. Because it's the only way you're gonna be able to shine
Only way.
the brightest. You cannot do it covering things that have no meaning to you. You will be discouraged. You will have no passion. You won't go anywhere because it's not something that you like. You're just doing it to get kudos from these people, or to get, followers.
Mhm.
And the whole point here is that you want to get the right people following you, because
Yeah.
you want to give them the best content that you know how, because it's your passion, because you love that content. You have
Yeah.
to stick to
And
what you know and what
yeah.
you like.
And that's why I say all the time on this channel, Nexi, that it may not be where I want it to be, but I know that my content is helping people. And right now, for me, that's good enough. Until I get to the space to where I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to
One.
elevate and grow, I'll take care of it then. But right now, I'm focusing on reaching people and sharing my story and letting other people know that I was a person who had no motivation, but that changed and shifted for me, and it can change and shift for you too.
Exactly. And everything comes to you at the right time. This probably isn't the right time for you yet.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Maybe you have to be in a different space in your life, in a different elevation, where you're going to be able to take in everything that is coming your way. Because you know how sometimes when people have they open a little corner store and they're like, God, I wish I was more busy, it's so slow. And then when it gets super busy, because everybody starts to know that they're there, they're like overwhelmed and they just want to close early because they can't take it anymore because they weren't ready for that.
Yeah.
It has to be a process or you're going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah, it's so important for us to, when we say we want something, for us to be ready, not get ready. I talk about that all the time because that's what I used to say all the time to my mentor and my therapist. I want it. And they're looking at me like, are you sure? Like, you sure? Like later on, don't be like, oh my God, it was like 80,000 people there. Like, oh, what am I going to do? And what am I going to talk about? And she's like, during this time of your growing, give yourself the time to, okay, now what am I going to do when I have this? And what will be future topics? And how am I going to elevate? It's not about waiting until it happens that you say, okay, now I'm going to do this. It's the preparing and making sure you're ready for what's next.
Exactly. You know, you have the luxury to still greet everybody that comes in. You have the ability to interact with everybody. You have the ability to have people up, you know, and you have the ability to still remember who comes to you. When you have, you know, you'll go viral, as they say, and everybody starts coming to you. You lose that connection
Mm-hmm.
or the ability to make those connections because you're so overwhelmed. You need other people to help you, you know, moderate and stuff like that. So you don't become, you know, attached to the people that follow you. Now, if you do it the way you're doing it organically and it's growing little by little, you still can be friends. You still can remember everybody's names and greet them with, oh, I saw you here. I saw you there. Compared to if it would have been all at once, you wouldn't even know where they came from. So you appreciate more
Exactly.
because you're growing it little by little.
Exactly. And that's what just an encouragement to everybody, not just, this is not just YouTube, but in your life. If there's something that you're trying to grow in, there's something you're trying to build, whether it's your business, it's your life or your relationships, you can improve, you can do better, and you can be better. But it's certain things that you have to shift out of your life. It's certain people you got to shift out, and you have to change also your mindset and what you focus on, because if you focus on the negative, you won't have time to look at your positives or all your blessings. Because I was doing that for a long time, like, oh, and they're doing this. It was just like one person for like months. I was letting drive me crazy. And then my therapist told me, but what about all of these other people who care about you and support you and celebrate you? What about them? So it's all about what you're focusing your energy on.
Exactly.
So
There you see, you cannot be focused on the negative
yeah,
because they're going to turn you negative. You have
yeah.
to focus on the people that are, you know, positive with you so that you can continue to be that way.
Mhm.
And again, which is why I tell people it's very important for you to always encourage, you know, children, always give them their, you know, their kudos. Always make sure you tell them how great they are, how good they're doing. The coloring is amazing, even though you're like, what is this anyway? You have to make sure that you do that so that, you know, they don't grow up with all of the insecurities and, you know, all of the things that we grew up with. The lack of, you know, self-esteem, the lack of assurance, you know, the fear of not being successful, the fear of failure, that all of those things. You need to make sure that, you know, you're doing this as they're little because that's going to give them a lot of confidence. You know, they fall, they don't succeed, they get up and continue on because they have that confidence. It's important.
Yeah,
And if we didn't have it as a child, it's a lot harder to get it as we get older. But we're here with you working on that.
yep. Even if it's hard, even as an adult, you can change it and shift it. I'm proof of that, and I know Miss Nexie is too.
Hmm.
You can. People make excuses and say this is the way that I am. No, you choose to be that way. You choose to focus on the negativity. If you want to change something, you can and you will.
Yeah, you have to work at it, but you will.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So great conversation, Miss Nexie. Any final words?
Um, you just make sure again, if it's not for you, it's not for you, right? You cannot make like when you buy a shoe a half size smaller, you wear them and your feet are so sore. And you pay so much money because it was the last pair you wanted them. You wear them, they're not for you. It's the same thing here. The fit has to be perfect.
Right.
It has to be a great fit so that you can be comfortable with what you do, so you can be successful on what you do, and so that you can be truthful to yourself. And the best thing is showing respect to your followers. Just
Yes.
stay true to yourself. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That's all. Thank you for having me,
Thank
Miss
you so
Marlene.
much, Miss
Thank you
Nexie. I
for having me.
appreciate you. And to
Oh, and
all
I
of
bought
you.
the book, by the way.
Oh, yay, yay, yay. I'm very excited. And to everybody who is in the chat who supported me today and this discussion, I really appreciate all of your comments. And shout out to all of the channel members. We're going to be doing a members only live stream. For those of you who are members, it starts at $2 over here on this channel. We're going to get into some special things that only the channel members will know of. But be a channel member and you'll find out. It's going to be something very amazing next Saturday for the channel members. I'm looking forward to it. And to everybody who is here and anybody who's watching in the replay, know your worth, know what you deserve. Everybody will not feel you deserve things. They may be jealous of you, intimidated, and all of those things. But as long as you know yourself and you know your worth, that's what's important. Know what's meant to be for you and don't be anything other than that. That's all here from Marlene Motivates. And you know what we say over here, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life. I'll see you guys on Friday and on the Motivated Dailies on Monday to Sunday. See you guys then. Yes, it is, S. Oliver, not a good fit. Thank you guys so much. I'll see all of you channel members on sometime. I'll put it on the community tab. Bye, everybody.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, hey, yeah.